algebra unit. We are going to continue solving equations. Today you're going to solve two-step equations with integers. Integers means positive and negative whole numbers. Okay. The steps for solving two-step. So two-step is exactly what it sounds like. You need to do two things to get the variable by itself. So the first thing you do is move what is not connected to the variable. That's always your first step. Move what's not connected to your variable. And then lastly, you move what is connected. So then I have an example, a visual for you to reference. For this equation, 3x minus 2 equals 7. What's not connected to the x is the 2. This isn't connected. That's what I would move first. What is connected to the x is the 3. That's what I would move second. Okay? Also known as you add or subtract something first, and then the last thing you do is multiply or divide. Okay, so let's utilize that. 6n plus 15 equals 33. What's not sticking to the x? The 15. So that's plus 15. How do you move plus 15?
Subtract 15.
Yep, so I need to do the inverse, which is subtract. To both sides. Algebra is balance, equality. So if I plusing 15 to get rid of it, I have to minus 15. That means I need to do it to both sides of the equal sign. You get 6n, that cancels out, equals what? 18. Good. Now I move what's sticking to it, the 6. So this is 6 times n. To get rid of times, you divide. Don't write the division sign. Do not do this. This is not your level of math anymore. We are 7th graders. We use a fraction bar for division. And you get n equals 3. Even if you do this mentally, it's not about you being able to do it all in your head. It's about applying inverse operations. And I need to see the work today. So even if you do it mentally in your head, you have to write down what's going on in your head. Okay? So, what do I need to move first? The 10 or the 12 on this next one? 12, yep. What's not sticking to it? So this is minus 12. To get rid of minus, I add 12 to both sides, because algebra is equality. And I get 10n equals 60. And this is 10 times n. So to get rid of times, the inverse is to divide. N is 6. That's a 6. Okay, so now I have y over 2 minus 8 equals 7. What's not sticking to the y? The 8. So I need to move minus 8. The inverse of minus is to add. I'm left with y over 2 equals 15. What does over mean? What does this represent? What operation? Divide. So how do you get rid of divide? So I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. That cancels the 2 out, and I get y equals 30. So we were dealing with pretty much all positive numbers here. I mean, not very rigorous. It gets more rigorous when you have to analyze integers, like different signs and stuff. Okay, x over 4 plus 11 is 31. I'm going to move my 11 by subtracting, that's the inverse. and you get x over 4 equals 20. The inverse, this is x divided by 4. The inverse of divide is to multiply. And you get x equals 80. Okay, the next one's slightly more rigorous. So you get x over 4 plus 4 is negative 2. You can flip that right away if you want, because equality is commutative, so it doesn't matter which side. So I typically flip it. I like my variable on the left. You don't have to if you don't want to. Minus 4. So you get x over 4 equals, they're the same. So when they're the same, you add them. It would be negative 6. Notice they're the same sign. It's like plus a negative. So it's negative 2 plus a negative 4 is a negative 6. And then multiply through by 4, and you get x is negative 24. Okay, one more. And I'll keep the variable on the right here. You can flip it to the left if you want. Add 3. Now here they're different signs, so you take their difference and determine which one has more. So I went 13 minus 3 is 10. I have more negative, so it's negative. Divide by 2 with the division bar, not a division symbol. And you get negative 5 equals y. One more heading for you here for two-step equations. Remember, two-step means two things to get the variable by itself. Okay? This is going to be, let's head this fraction bar. Fraction bars. Okay? Put a new heading on your notes. You have plenty of space. It's only one side. Fraction bars. So what I mean by that is you might have something like this. X plus 6 over 5 equals negative 2. It's a fraction bar. It's saying x plus 6 over 5 equals negative 2. How you handle this, and this is where that second strategy that I showed you for our homework help comes in handy. How you need to handle it is get rid of the denominator. Because you can't move that 6 until you get rid of that 5. That 6 is stuck on the top. You can't get rid of that 6 until this 5 leaves. So my first strategy then, remember division bar is just division. So this is x plus 6 divided by 5. To get rid of divide, you multiply. So this is the first step. Remember, two-step means two things to get the variable alone. That cancels that out. Now I'm left with what on the left? Say it. Say it. More people need to say it. What am I left with on the left? Yeah, I'm left with x plus 6 equals negative 10. Now I can move my 6. So to get rid of plus 6, you would subtract 6. X equals, do I add or subtract these? Add them because they're the same sign. Negative 16. Okay? So you're going to have some that are going to have a huge division bar. You need to get rid of that bottom number first before you can move what's not connected to it. Okay? All right, that's it for today.